The East Cork town of Cobh is situated in the middle of one of the world's biggest natural harbours. However, long before this recession began, it has been ravaged by unemployment. First there was the closure of Irish Steel and then the closure of IFI. Walking around the town today, we spoke to numbers of traders and locals who explained to us that in the last week alone, just weeks before Christmas, 5 shops have closed. However, the town isn't without hope, as next year sees the centenary of the sinking of the Titanic, and Cobh was the last port that the Titanic called to before it met its fate. They're planning to open an interpretive centre in the town, and a series of events are planned for next year. Everyone in this town hopes that 2012 will be the year when eventually Cobh gets its place in the tourism map. Aodhan, you've had the shop here in Cobh since May this year. It's the one area of the economy that's supposed to be doing well, selling bikes, because of the back to work scheme. How come it's not working here in Cobh? Has
Marc did this actually, Clare. The economic downturn has hit. Would be an underprivileged area as such. So therefore, the economic downturn, the worldwide, Irish-wide economic downturn, has hit places like this more. We have a sister shop in Carrigaline, on the Crosshaven Road in Carrigaline, and that does a good better. There is more spending power on the other side of the harbour.
Aodhan, do you think that anything can actually be done then to change the spending habits in this town and to actually turn things around for the people that are living here and for the businesses that are kind of struggling to survive?
I think to a certain extent, Clare, the next year will be very boostful for the town because it's the 100th anniversary of the visit with Titanic, and I know local people, there's local committees doing a lot of work to get people in here as they are in Belfast. How that will manifest itself, I'm not too sure, but it will certainly be good. An awful lot of line of traffic coming into town. The line of traffic don't spend as such, they come in, they visit, but they don't spend.
Marc, how important is Cobh to the whole story of the Titanic?
Cobh is very important to the story. It was the last port of call, and there's a number of places where Titanic went to, but Cobh was the last place, or Cork Harbour was the last place that the Titanic was seen, and Cobh was the last place where people left from. And all the supplies, all the mail, all the last bits of food, they came out of Cobh. From Cork City as well, but obviously this was the last port of call. So Cobh is really important. In the last 100 years, there's a lot of tourists come, and that just proves how much of a impact it did have on the story of Titanic.
And visitors to Cork, say from around the country and from around the world, what would kind of be the main highlights of next year if they were to come and visit Cobh?
Well, we have a series of events that are going to run throughout the year, but the 9th to the 15th of April is exactly 100 years from when the Titanic left Southampton, went to Cherbourg and then came to Cobh. Titanic was here on the 11th of April 1912. So that week, which is Easter week as well, and Easter holidays, is going to be the most important week of the year regarding Titanic. Although in saying that, there are a lot of very important and interesting Titanic-related events throughout the year.
Has low-cost selling in the supermarkets affected pub trade much in Cobh? Because that's something you're hearing around the country, is that you can't compete with the home drinking.
It definitely is. Definitely affected it, because I can't buy slabs of beer for the price that they're selling it at. There's probably a 20% differential in what they're selling it than I can buy it for, so it has definitely affected it.
And would you see that? Would you see young couples that are choosing to kind of have a Chinese and a couple of cans of beer at home rather than come out as they would have before on a Saturday night?
Definitely, and if they are coming out, they're coming out later. You know, instead of coming out 2 nights a week, it's maybe once a fortnight now, and it's more for parties or special occasions that they're coming out for.
And you also mentioned earlier about how immigration is having an effect, and you can see there's less young drinkers around the place.
Yeah, I suppose the people that worked hard and lived hard, they're gone now. They couldn't do without their lifestyle. So it's the people that lost their jobs and are able to go away, are the people that are gone. So that there's definitely going to be a generation gap, in times to come, because these people, I'm afraid, I don't think are going to come back.
Ned, you're 18 years of age. What prospects does Cobh hold for people your age?
At the moment, not a whole lot with the unemployment rate. Not a lot of work going in Cobh at the moment. Training opportunities is widely available throughout Cork through my friends and things, but after training there's not much work, and most of my friends have to emigrate abroad to be able to do it.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to emigrate in September next year. This shop here in Cobh is closing at the moment. I have work for a few months in Carrigaline, but after that I must go.
Where to?
Australia, I hope.
And what appeals to you about Australia?
Most of my friends have emigrated out there, and the training opportunities. I wish trying to become a pilot, and it's just much easier, much more affordable to do out there. There's work to be able to do it. So.
How have things actually been for you in the optioneering business over the past year?
It's been better than the previous year.
Really?
If that's anything to go by.
Right.
There has been some positives, but still very slow.
Okay. And do you think that sellers have actually woken up at this stage to the real prices of things, or are people still kind of overpricing their houses? Or
yeah, we believe that if there is a price to sell, and if it's at that price, it will sell.
Okay. And so, are you actually selling more stock? Did you
sold
sell more stock
this
in
year.
2011?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
But we sold at a reduced price.
Okay. And still, how is that comparing to sales? I presume the boom would have been 2007.
There's no comparison.
Okay.
Like if we were selling 300 a year, and now we're selling not even 10.
Okay.